Let me ask you something. Can you name 5 things in a kitchen right now in English? A knife? A bowl? Maybe a fridge? What else? If you had to describe your kitchen to someone in English, could you do it? Today we're going to make sure the answer is yes. We have a full story, a complete vocabulary tour, and real conversation practice, all set inside a kitchen. Slow, clear, and easy to follow. Let's go. Hello and welcome to the Porch English, the podcast where you learn real, natural English through conversation. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Ryan. And today we're doing something a little different. And honestly, one of my favorite kinds of episodes. We're learning vocabulary through a story. Specifically, kitchen vocabulary.
Which is perfect for beginners, but also genuinely useful for intermediate learners who might know some kitchen words in their own language, but have never heard them in natural, flowing English conversation.
And the approach we're using today is simple and effective. First, we'll give you a listening challenge, a question to find the answer to while you listen. Then, we'll tell a story. 2 friends, 1 kitchen, lots of vocabulary. Then, we'll go through all the words in detail. And finally, your turn to practice.
Please listen slowly. Don't rush. If you need to pause and replay something, do that. Repetition is how vocabulary sticks. And if you're listening for the first time, just relax and enjoy the story. Understanding will come naturally. Please subscribe or follow the Porch English. New episode every single day. Okay, here we go. Before the story starts, here is your listening challenge. 1 question. Pay attention as you listen and find the answer.
The question is, what cooking tool does Amanda use every single morning? Listen carefully. The answer appears naturally in the conversation. When you find it, write it in the comments. In English. That practice matters.
Here is today's story. Listen carefully. Notice every kitchen word you hear. We'll go through them all together afterwards.
Ryan arrived at Amanda's flat on a Saturday morning. Amanda opened the door and smiled. Come in, come in. Welcome to my kitchen. Ryan stepped inside and looked around. Wow, this is a proper kitchen. Thank you, Amanda said. I spend a lot of time in here. It's my favorite room. I can see why, Ryan said. Where do I start? Let me show you around first, Amanda said. This big table in the middle, I use it for everything. Preparing food, eating meals, even working sometimes. It's a good size, Ryan said. Much bigger than mine. Amanda walked toward the far wall. This is the sink. I wash everything here. Vegetables, dishes, cups, hands. It looks very clean, Ryan said. I clean it every day, Amanda replied. A clean sink makes the whole kitchen feel better. And this, Amanda said, pointing to the large appliance beside the sink, is the cooker. In American English, you'd call it the stove or the range. Ah, we say hob in some parts of the UK, right? Ryan asked. Exactly. For the top burners, yes. Mine is electric. I grew up with gas, but electric is easier to clean. And that big white box in the corner? Ryan asked. That's the fridge, Amanda said. Or the refrigerator, if you want to be formal about it. She opened the door. I went shopping yesterday. We've got everything we need. Eggs, butter, milk, vegetables, cheese. You really planned this, Ryan said, impressed. Right, Amanda said, clapping her hands. Let's actually cook something. First, we need the right tools. She walked to a drawer and pulled it open. Here's a knife. This is the one I use for vegetables. It's a chef's knife, nice and sharp. Sharp is good, Ryan said. Sharp is actually safer than a blunt knife. Exactly right, Amanda said. A sharp knife does what you want. A blunt one slips. She placed a large wooden board on the counter. This is the chopping board. In the US, people often say cutting board. Same thing. It protects the counter and gives you a safe surface. Ryan ran a hand over it. It's heavy. Good chopping boards should be, Amanda said. Now, a bowl. Amanda reached up to a shelf and brought down a wide ceramic bowl. We'll put everything in here once it's chopped. That's a big bowl, Ryan said. You want space. If the bowl is too small, things fall out when you mix. Ryan laughed. Fair point. And these? Amanda opened a drawer and took out a large wooden spoon. A spoon for stirring. And there's a spatula here too. The spatula is flat. You use it to flip things. The spoon is for mixing and stirring. Do we need a fork? Ryan asked. Not for cooking, Amanda said. But we'll need forks when we eat. I'll put them on the table later. What about that big, deep pan on the shelf? Ryan asked. Good eye, Amanda said. That's a pot. You use a pot for soup, pasta, boiling water. It's deep. You can fill it with liquid. And the flatter one? That's a frying pan, or just a pan. It's shallow and wide, perfect for frying eggs, sautéing vegetables, cooking meat. Ryan looked at them side by side. So the pot is deep, the pan is shallow. Exactly, Amanda said. You've got it. I use that pan every single morning, Amanda added. For eggs. Scrambled eggs in a pan. It's my breakfast almost every day. Right, Amanda said. Let's cook. We're making a vegetable stir-fry. Nice and simple. Good for beginners. Ryan smiled. That's me, the beginner. Amanda placed a carrot on the chopping board. This is a carrot. Long, orange, very firm. We're going to chop it into small pieces. Smaller pieces cook faster. Ryan picked up the knife carefully. Like this? Yes. Keep your fingers curled. Good. Now push the knife forward and down. Ryan cut slowly and steadily. That's great, Amanda said. You're a natural. Next came an onion. Amanda peeled back the skin. Onions make most people cry, she said. Just so you know. Ryan blinked. Already feeling it. Amanda laughed. The trick is to work quickly and not rub your eyes. Ryan chopped the onion into small pieces, eyes watering slightly. Done, he said, blinking hard. Well done, Amanda said. The worst part is over. And finally, tomatoes. Amanda placed 2 on the board. Tomatoes are softer, so you need less pressure with the knife. Cut them into bigger pieces. They shrink when they cook. Ryan cut carefully. These smell nice. Tomatoes always do, Amanda agreed. She swept everything into the bowl with the flat side of the knife. Now, all the colors together. Orange, purple, white, red. It actually looks beautiful, Ryan said. Amanda turned on the cooker and placed the pan on the hob. She added a splash of oil. After a moment, the oil began to shimmer. Pan's ready, she said. When the oil moves like that, it's hot enough. She tipped the vegetables in. A loud sizzle filled the kitchen. Ryan's eyes went wide. That sound! That's what hot oil and vegetables do, Amanda said, smiling. She handed Ryan the wooden spoon. Your turn. Stir gently. Keep things moving. Ryan stirred slowly, watching the colors brighten and soften. I actually love this, he said. Everyone does once they start, Amanda replied. 10 minutes later, they sat at the kitchen table. Plates, forks, and glasses of water in front of them. This is really good, Ryan said after the first bite. Thank you, Amanda said. And you helped make it. I chopped things and stirred a spoon, Ryan said. That's cooking, Amanda said. That's exactly what cooking is. After eating, they washed up together. Ryan ran warm water in the sink while Amanda put things away. Plates, bowls, cups, clean and stacked. The chopping board propped up to dry. The pan wiped clean and back on the shelf. You know what? Ryan said, drying a glass. I think I could do this at home. Amanda smiled. I think you absolutely could.
Now let's go through every kitchen word from the story. I'll say the word, explain what it is, and give you an example.
We'll organize them into groups. Furniture and appliances first, then tools, then cooking action words.
The kitchen table. The large flat surface in the middle of many kitchens. You eat at it, prepare food on it, or work at it. We sat at the kitchen table after cooking.
The counter, or worktop in British English. The flat horizontal surface along the walls of a kitchen, usually beside the sink or cooker. I placed the chopping board on the counter.
The sink. The basin where you wash dishes, vegetables, and hands. It has taps, or faucets in American English, for hot and cold water. I washed the bowl in the sink.
The cooker. British English for the whole cooking appliance. American English, stove or range. The hob is just the top part, the burners. The oven is the enclosed part underneath for baking. She turned on the cooker and placed the pan on the hob.
The fridge, or refrigerator. The large cold appliance for storing food and drink. We keep food cold in the fridge so it stays fresh. Also, the freezer, the colder compartment for frozen food.
The drawer. A sliding compartment built into a cabinet or counter. You pull it open to find things inside. Knives, spoons, small tools. She opened the drawer and took out a sharp knife.
The shelf. A flat, horizontal surface attached to a wall or inside a cupboard. We keep bowls, pots, and pans on the shelf.
Now the tools. The things you hold and use when you cook.
A knife. The sharp, bladed tool for cutting food. A chef's knife is the large, general-purpose one. Always handle a knife carefully. A sharp knife is safer than a blunt one.
A chopping board, or cutting board. The flat surface you cut food on. Usually wood or plastic. It protects your counter and keeps cutting safe.
A bowl. A round, deep dish for holding food. You mix things in a bowl or use it to serve food. A mixing bowl is usually larger.
A spoon. For stirring, mixing, or serving. A wooden spoon is common for cooking. It doesn't scratch pans. A tablespoon and teaspoon are smaller measuring spoons.
A spatula. A flat, flexible tool used for flipping food. Flip pancakes with a spatula. Lift fried eggs from the pan with a spatula.
A fork. For eating or for pressing and testing food while cooking. 3 or 4 prongs on a handle.
A pan, or frying pan or skillet. Shallow, wide with a handle. Used for frying, sautéing, and cooking eggs. I use my pan every morning for eggs.
A pot. Deep with 2 handles. Used for boiling, soups, and pasta. Fill a pot with water to cook pasta.
A plate. Flat, round dish for serving and eating food.
A cup. For hot drinks like tea or coffee. In British English, cup In American English, mug is also common.
A glass, for cold drinks like water or juice.
The story featured 3 vegetables. Let's go through each one.
A carrot. Long, orange, firm vegetable. Grows underground. Very sweet when cooked. Chop carrots into small pieces. They take longer to cook than soft vegetables.
An onion. Round vegetable with layers and a papery skin. White, yellow, or red in color depending on the type. Onions make your eyes water when you cut them. They add a rich, savory flavor to almost any dish.
A tomato. Red, round, juicy. Technically a fruit, but used as a vegetable in cooking. Cut tomatoes into larger pieces. They soften quickly with heat. Tomatoes add color, sweetness, and acidity to a dish. Now the verbs, the actions. These are just as important as the nouns.
To chop. To cut something into pieces with a knife. Chop the carrots into small pieces.
To slice. To cut into thin, flat pieces. Slice the tomatoes thinly.
To peel. To remove the outer skin. Peel the onion before chopping. Peel the carrot if needed.
To stir. To move food in a circular motion with a spoon. Stir the vegetables to keep them from burning.
To fry. To cook in hot oil in a pan. Fry the onions until they are soft and golden.
To boil. To heat liquid until bubbles form. Boil the water before adding the pasta.
To simmer. To cook gently in liquid just below boiling. Simmer the soup for 20 minutes.
To sauté. To cook quickly in a little oil over high heat. Sauté the garlic for 1 minute before adding the other vegetables.
To flip. To turn food over using a spatula. Flip the pancake when bubbles appear on the surface.
To rinse. To wash something quickly under running water. Rinse the vegetables before chopping.
To drain. To remove liquid from food. Drain the pasta over the sink using a colander.
To season. To add salt, pepper, or spices to food. Season the dish to taste before serving.
Okay, now that we've been through all the vocabulary, let's have a real conversation about our own kitchens. Amanda, what's your kitchen like?
My kitchen is medium-sized. Not huge, but enough. I've got a gas cooker, which I prefer. You can see the flame, you can control the heat instantly. Electric is easier to clean, but gas is better for cooking, in my opinion.
I have an electric hob, and I'm mostly fine with it. Though I do sometimes wish I could see the flame. What's on your counter most of the time?
A wooden chopping board. Always out, never put away. A knife block with 5 or 6 knives. The kettle. I'm British, so obviously. And a bowl of fruit. That's the permanent landscape.
The fruit bowl as decoration that you also eat from. Mine is similar. My counter has a chopping board, a wooden spoon in a jar. I keep all my spoons and spatulas in a tall pot, so they're always within reach.
That's such a good system. I do the same. Nothing worse than searching through a drawer for a spatula when you're frying something.
What's in your fridge right now?
Right now, eggs, always eggs, milk, butter, some leftover soup from yesterday, half a block of cheese, vegetables in the drawer at the bottom. The usual.
Mine is embarrassingly empty right now. I need to go shopping. I've got eggs, some yogurt, a few condiments in the door, and I think 1 carrot.
1 carrot. That's technically a vegetable drawer.
It is. I'm cooking with what I have. And that's actually a useful skill. using the chopping board, the pan, a knife, and whatever's in the fridge. Simple meals from simple ingredients.
That's really what home cooking is, most of the time. It's not elaborate recipes. It's knowing your tools, knowing your basics, and making something good from what you have.
And now, at least in terms of vocabulary, our listeners know exactly what all those tools are called. And the answer to the listening challenge: which cooking tool do I use every single morning?
A pan. I said it in the story. I use my pan every morning for eggs. Scrambled eggs in a pan almost every single day.
Did you get it? If you did, write it in the comments. Pan.
Let's test what you've learned. I'll describe something. You say the word.
1. The large cold appliance where you keep milk, eggs, and vegetables.
2. A flat, wide cooking tool with a handle. You use it to fry eggs.
3. The verb that means to cut food into pieces with a knife.
4. The flat board you place food on before cutting it.
5. A deep cooking container used for boiling pasta or making soup.
6. The flat part at the top of the cooker where you place your pans.
7. The verb that means to move food in circles using a spoon.
8. The flat tool used to flip food over in a pan. Your challenge for today. Describe your own kitchen in English. Out loud. Right now, if possible.
Here's a simple structure to follow. Start with the size of your kitchen. Then describe the main appliances: the cooker, the fridge, the sink. Then talk about what's on your counter. Then say what tools you use most often. And finish with your favorite thing to cook in your kitchen.
For example, here's how I would describe mine. My kitchen is a decent size, not huge, but comfortable to work in. I have a gas cooker and a large fridge. My counter always has a wooden chopping board and a knife block on it. I use my frying pan almost every day for eggs in the morning. And my favorite thing to cook is a simple vegetable stir-fry, just like the one in today's story.
Now try yours. Even just a few sentences. In English. The words are all there now. Use them. Let's wrap up. Today was all about the kitchen. The words, the tools, the verbs, and the real conversation that happens when two people cook together.
We covered kitchen furniture and appliances, table, counter, sink, cooker/stove, hob/burners, fridge, drawer, shelf.
Kitchen tools: knife, chopping board, bowl, spoon, spatula, fork, pan, pot, plate, cup, glass.
Cooking verbs: chop, slice, peel, stir, fry, boil, simmer, sauté, flip, rinse, drain, season.
Vegetables from the story: carrot, onion, tomato.
And the UK versus US differences: cooker versus stove, hob versus burners, tap versus faucet, chopping board versus cutting board.
Your challenge: describe your own kitchen out loud in English. And if you found the answer to the listening challenge, a pan, drop it in the comments.
Thank you so much for listening to the Porchlight English. Please follow or subscribe. New episode every single day. Share this with someone learning English who wants slow, clear practice.
From the Porchlight English, keep the light on. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye for now.